Thank you for joining me this morning. We're going to take some time to go through the latest news, all the updates. Hopefully a session should be about 15 to 20 minutes long. And as we go along, if you have any questions, please do pop them in the chat box. And I have some lovely, glamorous assistants who are ready to help and answer any of your questions. So firstly, we're going to talk through some of the latest news, some promotional updates. There's been a few changes to some of our policies, so we'll talk through that. As I'm sure most of you are aware, we're on pause for now. We can't wait to welcome yourselves and guests back on board. But for now, all sailings have been cancelled up until January 2021. And that has meant that the launch of Crystal Endeavour has also been delayed till 2021. But to keep up to date with any future changes and things like that, we have a dedicated section of the website that you can see there. So you can head there for any updates to future cruises and things like that. Just last week, we have updated and expanded our Crystal Clean Plus protocols, so our health and safety guidelines and measures in place. So the notable changes to this, it's now guests will require a COVID-19 negative test prior to departure. On arrival at the pier, they will have a second test, which that will need to be negative before they can board the ship. So they've got this double testing policy in progress now. So for future cruises, that will be part of the boarding protocol. Guests will also need travel insurance. So before it was sort of a guidance that we recommend that they have in travel insurance. Now it will be a requirement that they have that before they sail. And while we're on board, it will be social distancing. So it does mean that a few of our services on board, like the ambassador hosts, any sort of babysitting services, they will all be suspended for the time being. So guests, anyone who's not travelling in their party will be required to stay 2 meters away from those outside of their party. In terms of disembarking the ship as well, so once we're in port, guests will only be able to go shoreside if they're taking part in a crystal excursion. If they're not part of a crystal excursion and they go ashore, they won't be permitted to reboard the ship. So this is just so we can keep track of who people are coming into contact with, really. So as we said before, these measures are being constantly updated and reviewed in line with the latest CDC advice and clear guidance, and they will be continued to be updated. So we will keep you up to date with any changes that come about with these. But again, for full details, you can go to our website and you can see the full details of what it's going to look like when we do start cruising again. We've updated our deposit option time frame. So guests now have 30-day option window. So once they book their cruise, whether that's ocean, river, yacht, expedition, from 2021 all the way through to our 2023 voyages, guests will have a 30-day window before their deposit is due. So that just gives you a little bit of time before you have to come up with the cash. On top of that, for guests' protection, really, we have a really great assurance program here. So if we do have to make any significant changes to a guest's itinerary that is sailing between January and April on either Crystal Symphony or Crystal Serenity, guests will be able to cancel their cruise and get a full refund. So by significant change, we mean a change either in the embark or debark port, or if we have to change 30% or more of the itineraries, so the ports of call in the itinerary. So that's another layer of protection for guests if they're a little bit concerned about whether their cruise will go ahead as they planned. This gives them the confidence to know that if anything does happen or needs to change, that they are entitled to a refund. We also have our Crystal Confidence policy. So again, this is looking at our final payment dates and our cancellation schedules. So to bring this in line with the sort of uncertainty that we're all facing right now. Our deposit final payment day have all been updated. So in general, deposits is now 15%. And the final payment day for the cruise is 60 days prior to sailing. So it gives you a little bit more time to kind of suss out what's going on in the world and whether your cruise will be able to go ahead as planned. And then in terms of cancellation, up to 60 days prior to your sailing, so before you've paid that full balance, you're able to cancel without any penalty. And then the penalties can begin just after the final payment date. As I mentioned, we've reduced the deposit down to 15%. So with our Easy Book promotion on all 2021, 22 and 2023 sailings across all of our experiences, so that's ocean, river, yacht and expedition, our deposit is being reduced just down to 15%. So this is combinable with pretty much all of our other offers and promotions that we've currently got on as well. So when you speak to the res team, they'll keep you updated with everything that's available, all the offers that are available on that sailing, and make sure that your guests get the best deal. So in terms of a bit of travel inspiration for you guys, we have some really lovely new 5-night getaways available in June next year on board Crystal Symphony. I have to say, I've got my eye on these. They look really lovely itineraries. You've got Venice all the way through to Sicily, starting on the 20th of June 2021, and then Sicily through to Monte Carlo. I mean, looking at the fare there, it's a really great offer. If you do want to promote these to your guests, please let us know. We've got some social media graphics, which I think should be in the chat for you to download there. But I have a feeling these are going to sell quite quickly. We also have a really lovely promotion across our ocean, river and yacht voyages, where guests can get basically a complimentary upgrade. At the time of booking, our res team will find the best available suite that's available, and they'll get upgraded to that. So you've got some sailings through Southeast Asia on our ocean cruises, some sailings through the lovely Danube River. And as a reminder, on the river, all of our suites come with butler service anyway, so that's really lovely. And then some itineraries through the Seychelles on Crystal Esprit, and we're going to talk through the Seychelles a little bit in a moment. But yeah, lots of different choices for guests to be able to sail in some really lovely suites on board a variety of our products. For our solo travellers, Crystal have always had a really great reputation for our solo guests, and for a couple of sailings early next year through Southeast Asia, we've got a low solo supplement of just 105%. And these are available from our E2 grades, which are our entry level picture window staterooms, and it goes all the way up through to our penthouse suites. So a huge amount of choice depending on how your guests like to travel, but some really lovely itineraries there, and such a great supplement. So as I mentioned, the Seychelles, we're really delighted to say that Crystal have been given all the permissions that we need to be able to continue our Seychelles itineraries in 2021 as planned. Crystal Esprit will be the only luxury ship with the permissions. So from the Seychelles Tourist Ministry and the Public Health Authority out there, they've given us all the permissions that we need. So that's really exciting. We're really pleased with that. It's an amazing itinerary that the ship does, and we've got a couple of sailings there in 2021. Because of the size of this ship, it always sells out really, really quickly, but it's going to be the perfect size ship to kind of get your confidence back up in terms of cruising again, with just 62 passengers on board. It's got a really great guest to space ratio, and what an amazing destination to travel to. And if your guests are perhaps like the idea of Crystalise, but the Seychelles might be perhaps a little bit too far, or not somewhere that they're keen to travel, we do have our 2023 and 2024 Q1 itineraries for Crystalise. So these are have been announced, they're on sale now. We've got some lovely itineraries through the Med, the Adriatic, some stuff in Israel and Egypt, and then continuing our Seychelles itineraries at the beginning of 2023 and the beginning of 2024 as well. So there's so much choice for guests, ranging from 7-night cruises up to sort of 10, 11-night cruises. So there is a lot to choose from, and this ship is absolutely stunning. So while we're not able to do our regular fam trips and things like that, but we do still have lots of training and various inspiration for you guys during this time. I don't know about you guys, but we've definitely missed our ship visits. It's usually the highlight of our summer as we're traveling around, joining various ships in various ports. But this year we've taken to the virtual life. We started on Crystal Serenity, which was our first ever virtual ship visit, and that went really, really well. And then last week we were virtually on board Crystal Bark to see the Crystal River product. Next week we'll be heading across to Crystal Esprit, so I'd love for you to join me next week. It's on Tuesday the 6th of October at 10 a.m. And we'll take a tour around Crystal Esprit and give you the lowdown on that ship. So please do contact us, email sales@cruiseportfolio.co.uk, and we can get you booked onto that one. They're really great for whatever level you are in your crystal knowledge and confidence. You're going to learn something on that tour, so it would be great to see you there. And then in terms of your social media, if you do want to crystallize that, if you want to promote our getaways or our low solo sub or anything like that, if there's something that's caught your eye and you're keen to share it, please do let us know. We have a whole host of graphics already made, and we can create something a little bit more bespoke if that's something you're looking for. So please do just get in touch with us. As I mentioned, you can email sales@cruiseportfolio.co.uk, and we're very happy to put something together for you. In terms of training as well, if you want to keep up to date with everything, we do have our OTT training modules. So they cover all of the different experiences. And once we are back in the office, we will send you a little chocolate bar to say thank you and well done. You can enjoy that with a cup of tea. Our YouTube channel, the Cruise Portfolio, that has recordings of all of our webinars like this that we do. It also has some little bite-sized training sessions for the ocean and the river experiences. So they're about 10 minutes long, and they cover various aspects. So if you just need a quick refresh on what the cabins are like on the river cruise, you can go on there and you can find that session, and it's just a quick kind of 10-minute session just to cover different experiences on each of those products. So that's a really good resource for you guys. And then we also have our blog, so anytime any of us are out and about, we always come back and write a little blog. So it's always worth checking out our blog to see what's been going on. If you're not already signed up to our email updates, I would really recommend doing that. The girls are fantastic at providing a great resource for you through that, and giving updates and overviews of all the offers, and as they change, keeping you guys informed. So if you don't get those already, please let us know and we can get you signed up for that. Obviously, everything has sort of gone virtual at the moment, and all of our cruise shows have been cancelled this year, which is such a shame because we love coming around and supporting you guys at various holiday shows and events. And we look forward to doing that hopefully next year. But in the meantime, if you are looking to promote Crystal, why not hold a virtual event? And we are happy to offer an exclusive event promotion to support you with this. So if you have got any plans, or maybe this has sparked a little idea, please do let us know. We can be in touch and see how we can support you in that. We have plenty of brochures to keep you and your guests busy flicking through and planning their future holidays. In print, we've got our 2021 ocean cruises, our world cruise brochures for 2021 and 22, and our Crystal Endeavour brochure. And then digital only versions, we've got 2022 ocean cruises, our Crystal River cruise brochure, and our yacht brochure. So if you want any of the hard printed copies of those ones that I mentioned, please do let us know and we can get those sent out to you. Otherwise, you can view the digital versions online. If you're having trouble finding them, again, please let us know and we can send you the correct links and things. So I think that's mostly it. If you did have any questions, hopefully you've been asking them as we've gone along. As I mentioned earlier, you can keep up to date with all the latest information about COVID-19 updates on the Crystal Cruises website. You can see the link there, but you've also got our Twitter, our Facebook, our various blogs and Instagram channels, and the YouTube channels. And then as a little thank you, here's a little treat, maybe an idea of a cocktail you can enjoy. So this is our weekly cocktail recipe, not one I've tried before, but it sounds a bit like a espresso martini. I might have to give this one a try. So thank you for joining. Hopefully that's been a useful session for you guys, and look forward to hearing from you and hopefully seeing you guys next Tuesday for our Esprit ship visit. Thanks, guys.